And I like to see the dynamic between Happy and Fury. Actually, like we only see it a couple times, but it's kind of fun to see like a non-hero character interact with Fury. Usually, it's just like him talking to Cap or talking to Iron Man or something. So it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic and how he's like kind of intimidated by Fury, and Fury doesn't like him, but like he still kind of needs him because Peter doesn't want to talk to him directly.
Yeah. But then to counter that, it's not necessarily Fury.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if we want to talk about that now or talk about that later.
Might as well. We're there.
Yeah, I think a twist that I didn't need. I was on the twofer of being one. I don't think we need it as far as, I don't know, because it's like Taylor saying, it's not really Nick Fury, and I didn't like the portrayal of Nick Fury in this movie. It kind of makes sense because I think they directed him to be a little different than usual, but just something felt off. That was the point. But then two, I didn't. This is just a pure fanboy thing of like Trask told you. I never threw the hashtag on it, but I've always wanted the Skrulls to come back, and they were doing it perfectly. And I thought it was going to be set up for this next big story. Clearly, it is setting something up because he's in space doing something. Maybe it's setting
next
up Sword.
Avengers coming.
Well, yeah, Sword is
Avengers.
like this, like the space shield. So it's like to look after Earth in the outer space.
Yeah.
But I feel they just almost did it for comedy, and I don't think it's going to have much of a impact in the future. What he's doing in space,
Really?
sure.
You don't think that's going to be like a big plot point in Captain Marvel too?
Him up there, yes, but them being Fury and Hill, not really. I don't. I feel like it was kind of now a little comedic looking back on it. And I think this movie, almost like the trailer, had enough. They didn't need that one more twist on there. You know, it's kind of fun, but now Peter and Fury still haven't met. They don't have a relationship, and now Happy and Fury, that's not them. You know, so
I guess
it's a little empty.
It was kind of established though that like Fury's impact is kind of dissolved at this point, like on Earth, and he's not really running the Avengers. There isn't really an Avengers right now in this current timeline. So I don't know. I initially I felt kind of weird on it. I was like, okay, what are they going to do with this? And the more I've thought about it over the last day, it's not been a long time to be sure, but I like it, and I mean, who knows? Obviously, I could totally retcon that when I see what they actually do with it because it's just a tease. But conceptually, I'm actually pretty into it, and I like the scene of Fury just like, "Where's my shoes?" or whatever he says. Like, I just like this different type of Fury because I felt like he's kind of dropped off the map for a while in the MCU, but then this has kind of been his year where he's big in Captain Marvel, obviously giving like some more backstory to him, and you know, he's not like really a lot in Endgame, is he? Kind of
no,
has, like,
he's literally in one scene.
Yeah. So I guess I'm glad to have him back, but not just that, but glad to have him like he's going to be like clearly a different character.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like I understand why they didn't keep like using him. It's like how much can you really do with that character? I mean, I don't know. I haven't read the comics. I'm not sure what they normally do with him. I guess you can do like Nanite Nick Fury. You know, shout out to Ultimate Alliance.
Let's not do that.
But I don't know. Whatever it is, like I'm super interested because I really like Sam Jackson. I think I don't know what kind of role he'll be in. I'm sure like there'll never be a Nick Fury movie. It'll be Captain Marvel 2 where he's popping up. But I'm down to see what it is.
I think his role is going to be putting together the new Avengers. I think it's going to be that all over again. But I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be finding a threat in space. Because that post-credit scene, I think it's more to set up something else and not Captain Marvel 2. Because we literally just got we literally just got Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel 2 is at least 2 years away. And it's weird because we're not going to get to see, and we'll talk about the other post-credit scene, but next is Black Widow. That's a prequel.
Yeah.
And then after that is like Shang-Chi and the Eternals and everything like that. So it's like movies that are really outer space or have nothing, like different continents. So we're not going to get to really know.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Eternals might, but I think this issue is going to be a question mark for quite a while.
I think maybe you're right. Maybe Nick Fury's next task is to make a new Avengers team, but it's going to be no doubt different, right? Like he's not on Earth. I think if they just bring him right back to Earth, that's going to be a big letdown. So I don't think they'll do that. So I think it'd be interesting if, like, obviously he was working with S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. ended up being Hydra. It's like a big shitty thing. But now he has access to these scrolls and he can shapeshift. Like, is he going to use that? Is he going to be kind of like devious, like again almost like he's holding back on, like, he's not talking to the heroes directly. They think he's being genuine, but it's not even just the scrolls acting as Nick Fury talking to people. It's like he could make like one of them into Captain America, one of these scrolls, and they could like convince so and so the Hulk to come back and fight for the team, whatever it is. And I don't know, that could be really interesting if it's used well. And I'd be super down for a Nick Fury who's like very deceptive and like borderline bad guy in terms of like how he's going about this stuff, even if his like end goal is to prevent whatever Galactus or whatever the hell's coming next.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea, and even though it's just a post-credit scene, it's not a ton to dive into. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
As of right now.
I when they revealed it, I liked it a lot actually because I really like those characters from Captain Marvel. It was mostly just him.
More Talos, the better. I'm not mad about
exactly.
that. Yeah. He can put him almost in every MCU movie. I'll be pretty happy.
He's so good, but I really like the reveal too because again with Travis, I felt like while we saw the scenes with Nick Fury, obviously now we know it wasn't Nick Fury, but at the time I was like, this just feels like maybe he's taking like a step down because they want to just give the limelight to Peter Parker, which I'm not really. I don't know. I guess I'll buy it because that's what I'm given. But at the same time, this isn't really the Nick Fury that I understand. So then when they revealed that it wasn't actually him, it just saved a lot of the things I didn't like his scenes in the movie. So I really like that. And then, Talos is just great. I love that character. Can't wait for more.
I like the scene in the hotel room. And Fury is just
that
like
was so good. He's like
ready to shoot anyone who walks in that room.
It's so
pretty good.
He's so mad. And then the real Nick Fury on the ship at the end, I also thought that was Captain Marvel. So, sorry, you said it already, but what was it? The Sword? That's what it's called?
Well, they didn't say that, but there is a organization called Sword, and they're like I said, the Space Shield. So I imagine just because we didn't get much, it's just him with a bunch of Skrulls, and they're working on stuff, and it looks like there's quite a bit of them opposed to Captain Marvel, and there was only a few of them left. So obviously Carol got them to safety. They're living and whatnot. So that could be cool. And I didn't know he was going to turn into a Skrull, but something did catch my eye in the movie. They were talking about Kree, like sleeper agents and stuff like that, which is like Jude Law's character and whatnot, like that kind of race. So I think they might go to that war. I don't think we're getting the secret invasion like evil Skrull. So I'm a little disappointed by that, but it's fine. There's other great stories we can do. But I think they are setting something up. Whether that's for Captain Marvel 2, I don't know. Maybe Captain Marvel 2 will also almost like I'm trying to think, almost kind of like Loki, where Loki was in Thor and then he went in Avengers. Maybe they'll do that Captain Marvel 2 kind of, because we still don't know if Captain Marvel 2 is present day or a prequel. Some people have said that could be a prequel, including Feige. So
the main thing that was drawing me that it was Captain Marvel is just because Samuel Jackson and Brie Larson together, they just got such good chemistry, and we saw that in the first movie. So I don't know, I was just kind of leaning on those lines, and then
I think she could be up there. I think they just didn't want to waste one of her movies on the contract for a cameo there.
Yeah.
So she could end her movie. Oh, you've been here the whole time, Nick.
Yeah.
You know? So.
When we got that shot of Sam Jackson on the beach, I was like, oh, we got another Odin CGI scene.
It was so funny because I was like, that is such bad CGI. And then when it actually, I was like, okay, they redeemed themselves.
But I love the Talos scene. I was totally just shocked when I saw that. I was like, what? No way. But it was great. It was just...
Please shut the fuck up.
Please shut the fuck up, please.
I'm trying to watch Spider-Man Far From Home.
You had to wait 5 more seconds for the movie to end.
But no, I at first it caught me off guard because when Maria Hill changed, I was like, holy shit, why is Nick Fury not freaking out right now? You know, and then...
He's only got one eye. Give him a break.
One eye, yeah. And then when he changed, I was like, oh, it's Talos and his wife. This is fantastic. And... like, I totally thought, like, well, this could totally lead into, you know, some secret invasion stuff or whatever. We sell, like, those comics, like, frame comics at my work of, like, secret invasion and stuff like that. And it's so weird seeing, like, a Skrull in Hawkeye's armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It is cool, and I would be down to see it. I think
I think they're going to be nice Skrulls. I don't think they're going to go that route. They may go that route of, like, oh, let's help, like, disguise as someone and get across me, like what Dylan was saying, but I don't think it's ever going to be the bad guy version.
But there could be bad Skrulls, too, though.
There could be. I just don't think
Didn't they establish that in Captain Marvel? That there's other...
I think, they said there's other Skrulls out there. And now they own Fox, so they have, like, the superior Skrulls, so maybe that'll be a thing. I just think from that end credit scene being used very comedic, and then Fury working with a lot of them up there could be, but I don't think... it's just a vibe I get. We're going to have nice guys, and, you know, that's fine.
How long do you guys think Fury's been, like, a Skrull? Like, what other movies in the MCU? When do you think he went to space? Because, like, obviously this stuff...
I watched a video
Captain Marvel
on this.
is, like... You know, this happened in the 90s.
Well,
I watched the video.
I think it's been just after Endgame. I think the funeral, then he goes.
That's my inclination too.
And I wouldn't want if they revealed that was Talos at the funeral. That would be a big disappointment.
He's got his Slurpee.
Well, especially at the last shot of the funeral is Nick Fury, and it just is perfect because he went and recruited Tony.
Yeah.
So
unless that was a Skrull as well,
and that's why I really hope they don't do that stuff. I've always said the way they should do the Skrulls, kind of like now we are in on the joke. So if there is a Skrull Nick Fury, we know. But if you go to the very beginning, Iron Man 1, it's been a Skrull this whole time. It's like, I don't know. That's a little.
There's a scene you can check out because in Captain Marvel he says, if my toast is cut diagonally, I can't eat it or whatever. If you watch Age of Ultron, he's cutting toast in Hawkeye's kitchen. Watch how he cuts it and just analyze it a little bit. And
you just tell me right now. Does he cut it
how about you
diagonal?
tell us? Because I'm not going to do that.
He just doesn't cut it diagonally.
He cuts it, but it's not diagonally. But the thing is, he rips the pieces and eats them like that. So it just makes you wonder, like, okay, is it overanalyzing here, or maybe that was Talos?
You're the same guy that ranted about 5 minutes with the Tony left arm Fury.
That was
that went nowhere.
You gotta play into these theories.
And that was in Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, and Hawkeye's
That's a while ago. So
It
Feige, like, Jesus,
Five-year
for Caesar.
I
doubt that one because Age of Ultron set up a bunch of stuff that never happened because that was in the middle of like Perlmutter going away. Like Thor Ragnarok was supposed to be the super dark, like creepy movie, and then it became like
Perlmutter.
Yeah, but Feige was there.
Ike Perlmutter was another like partner in this thing with
okay.
running Marvel Studios with them. But then they're kind of like, we just want Feige to do it. He's the same guy that Iron Man 3 was supposed to have a female villain, and Perlmutter's like, I don't know, it won't sell toys. So eventually they're like, we're gonna trust Feige, and so it's I don't know
Good
exactly.
call, guys.
Yeah, great call. So that's why
companies still doing that. Like, we won't put you in the movie because it won't sell toys.
I think it's stopping now.
If you ask Perlmutter, he'll do it.
It's stopping now. But look at Force Awakens. Remember, they weren't putting Rey in like the Monopoly and stuff like that. I think it's
They weren't putting her in Monopoly.
No, because
wow, what a fucking joke.
I honestly think like shout out to DC. I honestly think Wonder Woman really changed that, and because Wonder Woman broke a lot of records and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was like, oh, we can make money with females. Like, yeah, because there's a whole fucking half the Earth that wants to see these movies.
I'm glad I didn't buy that Monopoly. I would want.
They put her in retroactively. Everyone complained about it.
Good.
So that, yeah.
Fuck.
Taylor, let's be honest. You have the steel case of that Monopoly. Okay?
You can't open
Not
it.
yet.
It hurts every time to roll the dice.
Oh, one quick thing. The one thing that I agree with you that I really hope it was the real Nick Fury at the funeral. The one thing that worries me is that when the fake Nick Fury was in the hotel room, he shot Ned with the blow dart, and then
blow dart, really?
It looked like it, right?
Sure.
Blow dart out of a gun.
Yeah.
And but then he said like we met at the funeral, so I might have been, or that's the one thing.
I thought you said we didn't meet.
He said we didn't meet because remember he said
but I saw you because like we were there.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
was
but-
there.
but
unless
I think
Nick Fury.
he was probably talking with Talos, giving him information.
That's what I'm really
stuff like
hoping.
that.
Or
Oh, yeah.
Talos was there as well with Nick Fury.
Fury's like the Mysterio. He's like the director behind it all, right? He's up there with his fucking fishbowl.
Director Fury.
Talos makes a really bad joke and shows up as Tony Stark at the funeral, and everyone's like, "Fuck
Ooh.
this guy." Yeah.
Oh,
Thor
You
just
smell really weird, guy.
Yeah, Thor just destroys him.